Welcome to Lust. Let us speak truth. I got Steve on here and I got Jason. Let's go, y'all. Today's topic is going to be on multiple children co-parenting. So you seen the thing that went around the internet, right? About that guy that brought the food to his kid and left the other kids out.
Yep.
I haven't seen it myself personally, but I've heard about it.
Oh, it's going around. Now, here's the thing. If you had a child with someone, would you bring all them kids food or would you just bring your own kid food?
Me, depending on if I like the other kids or not. I mean, I know that's kind of cold to say, but I mean, it varies. Like, don't them kids got daddies?
Why is my kid calling me hungry in your care?
Ooh.
Why is my kid calling me, telling me he's hungry under your care?
And that's not my kid.
No, the other kids aren't her kids, but that kid was hers. So if, let's say my child called me from their daddy's house and they said, Mom, hungry. Okay, what'd you eat today? I'm going to call the parent. Why is my kid calling me, telling me he's hungry? He or she is hungry.
Well, shit, maybe the kid didn't want to eat what everybody else was having.
True. Okay.
And that could just be like, well, shit, if you ain't gonna eat what everybody else is having, I ain't about to, like, okay, everybody getting crab and you want lobster. Like, nigga, like, you better get you some crab, bro. Like, just stop playing. You better have some wish lobster. Like,
it all tastes the same. Put some butter on it.
Right.
See, so my thing to me is communication. Again, and just like Smiley said in the past, it's how they comprehend that. So if my kid is calling me saying I'm hungry, okay, did your brothers and sisters eat? No. Okay, I'm gonna call the parent. I'm gonna say, why is my kid calling me? And they're gonna say, depending on their answer. So if they say, I don't know why you called, I don't know, and go off, I'm gonna go to the house and I'm come grab my kid and I'm gonna take off and go feed my kid. But if it's a conversation where she or he is like, well, you know, I'm low on food, I'm doing my best, I'm gonna get all y'all groceries and pizza for the night and stack up your whole cabinet.
I was just about to say, what if like you call the parent up and ain't none of the kids ate, and he answered the phone and be like, shit, we all hungry over here. Like,
I was thinking that same thing myself.
It was like, you know, my check-in came in yet. It ain't third.
Or how about you already got all my check?
Right.
Like, I got the kids, but you got all the money.
Right. We hungry because of you.
Very legit statement.
You hungry?
Your fault. Your fault we hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't send me with no money. You know I ain't got none.
Yeah. That is true. I don't know. That whole thing went viral and I heard so many different messages. I mean, they were bashing that dude. I don't think they should bash him because they don't know the history. I don't fault the guy on the internet. I don't.
That's almost like remember, I would say probably about like maybe 5-10 years ago, somewhere around that range, the daddy walked in on his daughter twerking, and she was about 14 years old.
I remember that.
And he grabbed the switch and called it the twerk stopper. And I was like, yes, applaud that man. Whoop them little asses. So therefore, every time they see a twerk video or listen to what's the girl that be talking about her hoo-ha all the time? The little nasty chick. Megan Thee Stallion. Only thing she got to say something about is her, you know, her body, this, and the other. and twerk songs for all these little kids to be doing that shit. So you actually got a daddy that care. And regardless on how he disciplined the little child that he disciplined, that's his daughter.
Right.
Like he didn't go too hard on it. He just gave it to both of them a little bit. We've all been hit with switches, I believe, and belts and extension cords, and
Like, that's my next topic. What you?
But Nick, before you go there, I've seen both sides of it. I've seen where guys just only do something for their kid because they like, shoot, my kid is hungry, or my kid this, or it's a holiday. I'm gonna take my son an outfit, And I've also seen it where a dude had love for the kids, other kids, and he do it for everybody. But like he said, it depends on their situation with him and his baby mama, and everything else. Because if they in a bad spot, he might just feel like, hey, I'm just gonna do for mine. I can't trip out for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, it's also, well, if everybody getting along and it's a good situation, he might do for everybody. It just depends on situation to situation. You can't get carried away in, whether it's either it is or it ain't,
Yeah.
So I've never been in that situation myself personally. So I'm so glad I ain't never had to make that decision.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you had a homie that was like, man, my kid just called me, he's hungry, and he's at the baby mama's house, what would you tell him?
Well, we're gonna go get him to eat.
You gonna just ask that, or are you gonna say, why are you hungry?
Man, that's the second question. First of all, we gotta get him something to eat.
Okay,
then,
so get him something.
Then we ask, like you said, we asked the parent, like, hey, why my son? I'm on my way with some food, but why my son hungry? Why my child hungry? That's the next question. First we're gonna take care of the obvious. And then, because it's like I said, it depends on the relationship. You can know how she is, and she could be like that. Can't cook, won't cook. And then next thing you know, like you said, everybody at the house hungry.
So wait, so you would take your kid food and then ask the question?
For sure.
And what if she tossed your food out and was like, you ain't just gonna buy for your kid and not my other 4 kids? I'd
be like, hey, that's a situation that I can't speak on. This is my child. I have to take care of mine. And if he feel like that, we can go ahead and leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Your time can be up.
I mean, I was just about to say that. It was like if she take the food and get to chucking it, like throwing my hard-earned money, like, bitch, who the fuck, like,
like this ain't Uber Eats, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's go. Hey, son, come on, get your stuff. Let's go. I don't know what she's talking about. We ain't messing with that today. I ain't got that kind of energy. Get your stuff. Go. Young lady, you and your kids, y'all have a good day. I'm out. We out.
And then the kids gonna be saying, I want to come with you.
So
next time, I got y'all.
Would you bring them food, or would you go get your kid and take them to go get food?
That's a rough one right there. The way I was raised, we came with, if one person eat, everybody eat. Then my mama also said that there's only so much, so if they eat, that's less out your mouth. So guess what? We used to wait till everybody left. So it's one of those things that, I would feel bad if I brought that food and my child ate in front of everyone. But on the flip side, taking them and everybody knowing what just happened, maybe just as bad.
So you just contradicted yourself, because in the beginning you said, my kid gonna eat. He gonna eat.
And they're gonna eat. I didn't say it wasn't gonna happen. It just doesn't sound any better. The situation doesn't get any better if you take them or whether you bring it. They gonna know that the child ate and they didn't.
They gonna be like, your daddy brought you some food.
Right.
What's your daddy bring you?
Let me have a piece. I mean, I'm not into, like,
you had a Hasi orange. Oh man.
Right.
Only thing I got is water.
Give me some.
Let me have a sip.
So for real though, I would have a conversation with my ex, and I would say, why is my kid calling me saying that they're hungry? Like, that's crazy. And then if they, like I said, depending on the excuse, If they told me that they were in a tight situation, I bring them all food, and groceries probably. But if they weren't in a tight situation and it was just a bunch of because da 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 and going off, I'm coming to get my child because I'm not going to have my child eat in front of them other kids. I will never do that. But I will come to get my child and I will go take him to go get something to eat or her.
Okay. So check this out. Here go another question on top of that. What if your kid called you and said, I'm hungry? You gonna be like, why? Because my brother and sister ate my food.
Ooh.
And the other kids ate your kids, food that he was looking forward to. Like that daddy taking them to wherever, his favorite, this, and the other. But it was smelling so good to them other kids, they just said, I'm gonna eat a little bread food real quick.
I mean, that happens that happens in a regular situation. You know how many times my little brother that came home and like, what happened to the chicken?
That sounds like, give me your home.
Mama told you to come home. That's real. That's a real situation. That ain't just the my kids, your kids situation.
It's a sibling thing. It's because I didn't ate my sister's cookies. Like in the back of the, we go to the drive-through or to the drive-in, and the people that we went with, they get to argue with the whole goddamn movie. So I'm like, man, we've been smoking trees, and I'm got the munchies. She gonna already give me one cookie, so I got the taste in my mouth, and I can't hear the movie because it's loud. I'm like, shit, I'm about to snack on these cookies. Little did I know I ate the whole goddamn pack because it was about 8 cookies in there. So I didn't know it was only 8. I thought it was a bunch more. And then I hid the wrapper underneath the seat and she found it. And she was like, what happened to my cookies? I'm like, cookie crumbs all on my shirt.
Evidence.
Hey, Jamie, did you legit right about that being a similar thing? Like what I would do to my brother, man. You be in the car, back in the day, little brother fall asleep, right?
Oh, fair game.
Like that bag is in the back seat. I ain't no little dude. That cheeseburger had to go. It was either me or him. So, hey, little brother wake up. Where's my food? Mama like, what happened to his food? I was like, I thought that was mine too.
Yours too. Wow.
Hey, my brother did that to me. My brother gonna say, oh man, it wasn't even that good, no way. Nigga, that ain't the point. It was mine.
That's some true big brother stuff right there. A big brother move.
Right. It wasn't that good. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
And I knew it was that good. Like,
so really. What if you had a daughter and she said that to you and she was at her, this ex's house and the daughter said, Daddy, I'm hungry and they ate my food, and she was crying.
You already know what I'm going to like,
why
little boys and little
girls treated differently? Why? When it comes to that kind of stuff, why?
When it comes to everything, it's everything. A whole spectrum of life. Little girls and little boys are treated differently. I mean, today's like grown ass adults. It's
so it's your fault that these women out here acting like this because you've been showing different love.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, but I mean, I've aged now, and I'm not so like dog, bro.
You must have a daughter. And you like, whoa.
Nah, I got nieces. And I'm very, very protective over them. Like the little boy, yeah. I told him I like, nigga, whatever you do, man, yeah.
Man, I come from man, my family's just full of just dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like out of 9 grandkids, 7 boys, 2 girls. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it's even worse after that. Like me, myself, I have a son. So the little girl thing, they be like, oh, my daughter. I'll be like, I'd be like, hey man, my son, you better get up and toughen up, man. Come on. Throw some dirt on you, be
Oh,
all right.
we had to do that regardless, like just out of friends and then siblings. Like we I mean, we was raised like gentlemen. You know, you don't put your hands on a female.
Right.
You open up the door for her, you
Right.
pull out the chair, you do all that. But then these women, because I was gonna say the other word, they done took it to somewhere it's like they deserve that treatment. Like they deserve to be treated this. What merits you that deserves? Like
But that's the thing. It's because it starts at childhood. You treat them little girls, just like Smiley said in the last episode, you treat them little girls like princesses and you treat them little boys like toughen your shit up and you ain't bleeding, so keep it moving. So that's why
yeah,
they act like that.
yeah, because little girls do be acting an ass and they be like, my brother gonna did it, or my daddy, or my uncle. Like, because they've been drilled in their head, you better not ever let no nigga do anything like those that got people that care about it. Because there's women out there that's like really, you put up with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you must ain't got no siblings.
Do you believe in spanking your children?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What Bernie Mac
I
say?
say that it don't go as far as it used to go. Like I couldn't
No.
see myself go hammer like I used to get, but there's definitely some spanking reinforcement from time to time.
And see, I've never had to spank my kids. I got a 30-year-old, a 23-year-old, and an 11-year-old. I never had to spank them. I give them a look. I talk and I say something with a voice and they know that voice growing up. I mean, as they got older, it was kind of like, okay, Ma, we know this now. But
like Kevin Hart said, my voice is enough. Like,
yeah.
If you got that authority, you do. But then some kids, like I believe little white boys named Mikey. Like
I hate you. Oh
Mikey's grow up to be Mike's. These fools are just I mean, you got to beat a Mikey. Beat him down real quick before he get an adult. Because he's gonna be a terrorist when he grows up.
why you gotta be Mikey? Why not Josh?
Because
him
Josh
too.
is like Josh is like almost a nigga. But Mikey is the devil. He's like Satan. That little boy. I mean, I had a Mikey growing up, and he poisoned the entire.
And
like,
that's why you talking about a Mikey from experience of what you went through. Ain't got nothing.
No, he didn't poison me.
Race. It is.
He didn't poison me. I was cool with Mikey. That was my little partner. I said, I'm gonna be friends with the little white thug, cause he gonna burn down my apartment. Like, it's gonna be bad. Like, he was a fool. This little fool. Look, I was good at turning stuff on. I turned the bulldozer on and ran. Like, this fool hopped in the front seat and drove it down the street. He done mowed over like stop signs and like he done broke a fire hydrant. Then he came back to the complex, set the garbage can on fire. Mikey's you got to beat them.
So all kids named Mikey hit up Jason Frost. His name. No, I'm just playing. He is going to be your best friend.
I would shoot the hell out of y'all right now.
Put the guns down. Let's not go there. Okay. My last topic. Look, y'all. When you see a badass kid in public, do you say something to the parent or to the kid, or do you just mind your business?
It just depends. There's situations where you can see that they looking like they need that extra hand or they need somebody else to be there for them. Then you look. Other times you be like, nah, she's gonna have to go through that. She gotta take that. Nothing I can do for you, man. I'm like, man, badass kids.
Right.
Because as soon as you try to help, why you? I ain't no help, and then it turns into something else. Then now you the problem.
Look,
get out of it. I got no time for that.
I was in the grocery store one time, and this little kid, he was probably about 5 years old, and he kicked his mom.
Kicked her?
Kicked her because he couldn't get a candy or something. And I looked at that kid and I said, don't you ever kick your mom or disrespect your mom like that ever again. You cannot have the candy. And they were like, okay. Sometimes that will scare a kid straight. You remember that show, Scared Straight?
That shit was fake.
Whatever, Jason. But you see it from other people that you don't know that reprimand you. That's like scarring. That's like, oh my God, who are they?
But that's how we grew up, though. When we was coming up, man, if you was to do something out in public, you got by whoever you was around. Then when you got home, you got by them. If your uncle and them felt like they wanted to come through and get something, they got something too.
You gonna get passed around.
Right. And then you caught it from everybody. You know, it takes a village to raise a child, as they say. And back then, it truly was everybody on the block. Like Miss Hattie be like, boy, what you over there? Come on over here. Come on over here. Now I got something for you. Get that thing over there and come on over here. I'm gonna tell your mama too.
You said,
here come your mama. Here come your mama. Your daddy get home. Like I said, but you learn that you couldn't do that around Miss Hattie. It was, you know what I'm saying? That was the biggest thing in our neighborhoods that we used to have. Nowadays, we don't have that at all. Miss Hattie look out the window like, I ain't messing with them fools.
Man, Miss Hattie be damn near out there with the kids. Like, nowadays, I mean, Miss Hattie, what, about 28, 30?
Right.
Oh, Miss Hattie's now auntie.
PT.
Auntie Hattie. Your favorite Auntie Hat. Auntie Hat.
And all the kids be looking at like,
her name is Miss Parker now. Stop playing.
Yeah, Miss Parker is Miss Hattie. Like, I'm about to go outside and watch Miss what's his name water the lawn. Y'all coming? What you wearing?
He said, the Lord is my shepherd. He knows what I want.
Shame.
Go up there and talk to Miss Hattie about nothing. Miss Hattie, what color's your grass? Like, little Nick, you know what the hell you doing? Like, but that was me too. That was me too. I was, I'm looking.
I say look, say a lot. Like if you give someone the look, I think that's enough because sometimes that works.
It work on dogs. My dogs, hey,
my damn dogs. They don't work on them. They look at me.
You have no control, Nick. You have no control. I've seen y'all at work. They be sitting there. She talks about my son is this, and I had to give him the look. Man, let the dog roll through. They up there beefing, running around the house, jumping on stuff. She like, I told you to stop. They said
they're actually good while I'm in there, but the minute I walk away, they're like, Let me too. That's like you walk away from them.
Same way, kids.
They gonna start messing with some stuff.
Like I had
the absolute same way.
I took this picture where it was taken of me like when I come in the house and the dogs just shut up because I walk smooth in and then they did a side by side of me and Ike Turner with the same goddamn look. Only thing I was missing was the perm with the cocaine and the belt. Like
said the perm and the cocaine and the belt.
But looks say a lot. Like you're right about that. Like some kids, like when they know they fucking up, they'll even look around real quick and like, all right, I don't see the mean one. And then they spot them, and then they just
zone it.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but these kids nowadays ain't even like that. Some of them are like that. They not like how we was, you know what I'm saying, when we got repeated whoopings. But, the kids nowadays, they either really care about it or they don't care about it. Like my son personally, he actually knows I'm crazy. Like he knows Pops is legitimately willing to go there whenever he's ready. Like whenever he thinks about it, it doesn't matter if he's 8 or if he's 38. I am still going to be willing to go to that end to put my hands on your throat like Homer Simpson. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a game. Like, and he knows that too. So when that look comes, he knows like, oh, Pops ain't playing.
Look, what's your look? What's your look?
What's my look? It depends. It depends on the severity of.
What if he says, "Mom, shut up"?
Nah, that's movement. I'm in motion.
Okay.
That ain't look.
I'm active. I'm active at that point. I wish Steve would. Cause like this, me and my wife trying to figure out who gonna get there first.
Right.
It's
Y'all
a competition.
gonna fight each other to get to the kid.
Nah, it's gonna be like, I got it. Get you some. Go ahead, get you some, baby. Get you some.
You go.
It's my turn. Don't you ever tell your mama. Don't you ever in your life tell your mama to think you don't even think your lips.
He's spanking on every word. Don't you ever tell.
Yeah, that's the cadence. You gotta be. It's gotta be. Don't you ever in your life. You got to.
You got to pronunciate.
Like I'm gonna tell y'all this story, and I know I'm probably wrong for it. Like it was one day we was all in here hanging out, me, my wife, and my son, and we were playing, and my son just took it. He just kept going there, and he kept going too far. Mom's like, "Hey, it's time to stop." He just kept going, kept messing with Pops, kept messing with Pops. Next thing you know, he's on his back looking up at Pops, and Pops was like, "Boy," and I had to stop myself. I was like, "I told you stop playing." And after that, he was like, "All right, this dude is a little more serious than I ever thought in his life." My son is 8 now. My son is 8, mind you. He caught one. I had one of those men. I was like, he took me there. I was like, I don't know how he ended up on the ground because we're on this podcast. I don't want to get myself in any kind of trouble with the people.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
There
there was no punches thrown and nothing like that. But he ended up on his back, and I had to stop myself. I was like, boy, I love him to death, but there's certain times that words don't mean as much as to show him that I'm willing to go there to protect you and the person that I want you to be.
Okay, let me ask
I don't want you to be don't be like your dad. Be better than your dad. That's something I would do.
if your child was in school and they got beat up by a kid,
we about to go.
Would you be mad at them, or would you just have a conversation with them and let them know, it's okay, this, and guide them? Or would you be mad at them, take him back to the kid and be like, fuck him up?
It depends. It depends on my son's level of activity. Now, if he was fighting, and he just couldn't get up on the other kid, you know what I'm saying? You got to take some L's, because I don't want it to be a situation where he feel like
he ain't gonna be
right. You know what I'm saying? Like if he gave as good as he got, I guarantee that kid like, I won, but he's like, I ain't coming back around. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's so funny. Me and my best friend were talking about this. His son had a situation at school where there was a kid picking on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the kid hit him. So my friend, as parents, if he hit you, hit him back.
Mm-hmm. So
my friend said, "Hey, well, did you hit him back?" He said, "Pops, I tried. He ducked. And then he hit me again." This is real life story. This is real life story. My friend said, "You know what, son? We just gonna have to get back to work." I mean, you can tell he really tried. Like, I know what I was supposed to do, but he was quicker than me. He didn't been in a couple more fights. My friend and his brother were saying the feeling y'all feeling right now is the exact same feeling they had, but they looking at, my little dude, like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. For you, like, we know you gave it your all, like you gave it, you like, you took like you knew that you was gonna get that off, and then he slipped. Right.
Oh shit.
That's the realest story I could ever tell in life. Like, as a kid, you want to tell your kids to hit somebody back, but there's a lot that comes with that. Yeah.
Because like the remedy to bullying is what? Punching the bully in their shit.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that bully go give you the business after you punch them in their shit. And you gotta just know when to take a L. Mm-hmm. It just ain't your time. You ain't big enough yet. Now, if he's getting bullied constantly to where he don't want to go to school or let alone go outside,
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be time to put my son into some martial arts or something. Like if I can't physically teach you how to protect yourself, or whatever I'm telling you ain't working, go in and do some MMA for about 3-4 months, do some training, go back and rear naked that little nigga.
Teach him,
what I'm saying?
Teach him to get out of that fear.
I agree with you. But what would Jay? What would they have told you to do back in the day if you couldn't get up on the bully? What would they tell you?
Pick something up and smack the shit out of him.
There you go. See, stop playing with that MMA answer. You ready to tell that boy what to do to get him out of that situation right there. Now you pick up a brick, you pick up a stick.
My mama
you bite him in the arm if you got to.
My mama say, I'm gonna pick a brick up. You ain't gonna get in trouble when you get home. Like, and that's all I needed to hear. Like, I'm not gonna get in trouble. Bet it's Royal Rumble. Cause now, but some, as soon as I heard that, I took it a little differently. Like, I'm not gonna get in trouble for real.
Right.
The level of crazy goes up at that point.
Right. Like, I'm gonna do something to him. Like, I'm about to pack this backpack full of bricks. It just, as soon as I see him, blind.
Out. You got knocked up out.
But then also, what does that cause? Like, now the little boy bleeding at the forehead, probably crushed skull, concussion for sure.
Hey, it is what it is. Put like this: if a kid's got to go to that point in a fight, you know what I'm saying? Then we know we have an issue.
Right.
I look at it like this: like back when I was in school, like there wasn't a ton of bullies. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know if y'all didn't know, I'm probably the shortest black man y'all ever see that's not a midget.
I'm so done.
I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you the truth. But luckily,
Speak your truth, ma'am. Speak your
truth. At least I wasn't no little dude. Little, like it's one thing to be short, but it's a whole nother thing to be like short and like skinny.
Mm-hmm.
I always had a little size to me. So, when I was growing up, not just wrestle, but I was actually decent. My hands were decent. I had older cousins, so they was always beating on me. So I had aggression because I'm like, they gonna beat me up. You ain't.
Right.
You ain't gonna beat me up.
Right.
So as I was going through school, the people that I was dealing with, if they wanted it, I was willing to go there. Just like with I was always willing to go there. And then when I got to high school and I started getting strong, they like, yeah, he lifting 300 something pounds on the bench as a sophomore, and he's squatting like 5. Yeah, we gonna leave this dude alone.
Right.
And if they wanted to get it, they got it. I wasn't
it's like a little big
deal. But then I found out that a lot of people felt like I was the bully.
Mm-hmm.
Like how the littlest guy in the room. Like how was the littlest guy in the room? Because I can't help it that y'all were soft. I just came up different than y'all. I was cut from a different cloth. You don't have that opportunity to show that stuff, that weakness, when you're in those type of situations. Like there was a guy that was in my weightlifting class. He's like 6'3", about 260. I told you I'm a short guy. So I would be like, hey, watch this. I would go over there to him. I would come back from Kingdom Come, and I would just smack the hell out of him. I said, I dare you to do something. I said, do something. Do something. I said, look at him, y'all. See that?
Yeah, it was a bully, bro.
Hey, but I'm picking on dudes bigger than me. It wasn't like I'm not picking on somebody my size. I'm not picking on the guy that's over there benching the bar.
It don't matter. Like bullying is like.
No, I helped him become a man. He needed that. He needed help. I helped him out. You ever seen somebody that needs you ever seen somebody need the bitch knocked out of him? Well, I helped him out. Because guarantee he didn't let nobody else smack him after that. Well, I continue to smack him after that, but he didn't let nobody else do it.
Right.
I mean, and these are legit stories. Like, I have some of the craziest stories ever, but I can't make this stuff up. Like, but
my best friend, I call him my brother. Like to this day, I still I don't know. It's just like when we play boxing or whatever, he blinks a lot. Like and I'll be like, nigga, stop blinking. You need to see the shit coming. But he'll get the blinking and he's never gonna grow out of that. Right. That's just
it's there.
Right. At this point in our life, we're 47 years old.
Look, he getting caught up in a fight. He like,
but this
as long as he throw them hands, it don't matter. He can blink as many times as he wants to. As long as
This also
when
the
it's time
same
to go
fool
down.
That's
that
right.
will come out of left field with a super kick to somebody's face. Like, this is the most Christianest motherfucker in the world. And don't let him have a drink. Oh, it's bad. Like, nah, here he come. And you can see him coming, lining up for it.
Look,
And just take off.
Hit him with the 360 kick from Street Fighter 2.
Right.
look, what if an older kid, like say your kid was in junior high and an older kid threatened him? Like, I'm gonna kill you. Come to school, I'm gonna kill you.
How old? Is he 18 yet?
No,
He's 17 and a half?
he's 6. Let's say they're 16 and let's just say 10.
Oh, man, mom. Have my little nephew go fuck that little nigga up.
Hey, there's two ways. It's that way, or I'm gonna call the school like either y'all can take care of this, or I can take care of it. And I'm telling you, when I take care of it, it's gonna be a situation where I'm like I told you, I'm willing to go there, especially for mine. I ain't never had somebody tell me they're gonna kill me and think that they're not gonna get touched. I'm just wired that way. You ain't gonna sit there and tell me that you're gonna take my life. My little brother tried that one time. He ended up going through the window. I'm just saying.
What if, look, okay, I'm not gonna tell my story on that because
She done something crazy.
what
She done something crazy.
okay, I'll tell my story. Look, this is my truth. So my middle son got bullied in 7th grade. And my middle son, he never would give me a phone number or anything of his friends. No, Ma, I got it. Well, he gave me the phone number. And mind you, 2 weeks prior, I took this kid home. So I knew where he lived. So I called the kid and he answered the phone. What up? I said, hey, so-and-so, this is so-and-so's mom. He said, yes, ma'am. I said, no, don't talk to me how you was just talking. You hard. Talk to me how like you was talking. And I said, you threatening my son? He said, I was just kidding. I said, well, I'm not. I know exactly where you live and I will fuck your whole family up. Ma'am, I was just playing. I'm not. Don't ever call my son again.
How old was he at the time?
My son or the
Mhm.
kid? My son had to be, look, I'm trying to calculate. No,
It's
not
been a
that.
minute.
12.
And
11,
how
12,
old was the other kid?
14, 13, 14, but he got kicked out of school prior to for having a knife at school.
I
Oh,
mean,
he legit though.
I made knives in school. Like, shit, I made some brass knuckles.
Okay, Charles Frost.
That's your path.
Hey man, but to really be honest about that situation, you have to meet it. You know, if you know the parents, you know, have that phone call. But if you don't know the parents and you met the kid, be like, do exactly as you did. I don't know if I would say I would fuck you and your whole family up. Let me just say that he would understand that there's no coming back from the stuff that I'm willing to do.
See, I was not mature at that moment. I didn't know how to handle that because
I've never been mature in those moments.
Yeah. I never knew how to handle that situation. So that's what I did. And that kid never messed with them again. But they ended up being friends in 9th grade.
Shit, I seen my nieces get her hair pulled by her cousin at Chuck E. Cheese. And I was on one side of Chuck E. Cheese, and you know how like eagle eye, like you just like you see it. And I see this little nigga just pulling my niece's hair. Now that's her cousin, mind you. And I ran over, hopped over tables and made a whole ruckus scene just to get to this little kid. When I got to him, I pulled his hair and then I whispered to him, hey, you don't like that, do you?
That's what I thought you was going.
Why he sound like he a dude in jail? Like that,
Phone check.
Phone check, right? Maybe I'll take your cornbread. It got real straight up, and he never pulled my niece's hair again after that.
Right.
Like, because if you,
So that's your little cousin too, right?
nah.
It's my baby cousin.
Oh yeah,
Girl. Yeah, that he's talking about.
mm-hmm.
So who was? But the dude was her cousin, but not your. He wasn't related.
Yeah,
to you.
her cousin on her daddy's side.
And
Like
then, hey,
It wasn't a Frost.
Nah, it wasn't a Frost. He was a little Mexican.
I still light skin. In other words,
Yeah. He's almost white.
Haters.
Hey, I mean, just like the like dark skin per se.
hey, it is what it is.
Dark skin motherfuckers think light skin motherfuckers are soft, and boy.
Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, I say this: we can make fun of each other, but don't nobody else get in that conversation. You feel me?
Right.
Hey, because I have all kind of like my barber. He light skin. He had that same man. Why y'all think like can't dudes are soft? And you know the funky butcher.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I be sitting there saying, man, you's a member of the light skin pretty committee. Come on, man, stop playing.
Have you ever been bullied for being your height?
Yes, but like I said, I give as good as I get. So growing up, we were playing at dozens and going back and forth. There was always jokes. So you coming for me, I'm coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm short. You look like Bugs Bunny. You know what I'm saying? And we going
Right.
and it's something like
sessions.
you stayed ready because I'm short. Like I stayed ready. Even now, there's a friend of mine. He just passed away. KB, Kunta Blackman. We don't talk about his name, but
I got a partner named Coop too.
man,
he black as hell.
My partner, he's 6'9". He a big dude. So like whenever me and Kunta see each other, it was always jokes, and they would always be like, "Why is the littlest guy and the biggest guy going there?" So the last time we really had a chance to have that fun before he passed, I was like, man, it was Father's Day, and he's wearing like pastel colors. I said, don't you notice that at the Easter you see me wearing these pastel colors? He said, yeah, that's why you sitting there looking like a JV, like a JUCO football coach. I said, oh, I said, you're sitting over there looking like a bag of lime green Skittles. Like you just stay ready. You just stay ready. It doesn't matter.
It's
like
natural.
Right.
It just happens. Like, so I was never bullied because I came with the jokes.
Yeah, come back.
If they wanted it, like if it got to that point, I was always willing to go there. Like, there's no gonna be, you just gonna just get something off. Whether it be fighting or whether it be jokes, that's just the way it was. And that's how we all grew up.
Right.
Even like
somebody
my dad,
say, the sooner somebody be like, so what you saying then? That's when all right, we got to stop the shit talking because go there with. If you really care about the motherfucker, you'd be like, blood, I ain't about to fight you. Like,
right. For real, hey, that's real talk. Bro. That's real talk, fam. Because like when somebody starts talking about somebody's mama, like, oh, we talking about mama's son. That changes the whole flat. We can talk about each other, everything else. You can talk about you being broke, roaches, whatever. Then you talk about somebody's mama. Like, are you talking? Hey, you ain't even talking about mama, man. You ain't even talking about.
Right. Like as soon as
it's too personal. Don't get personal.
As soon as the way like the rockets start happening, like, man, you ain't just gonna be saying anything about my mama though, bro. Like that's when like, oh, dude about to swing and he ain't playing.
Right, like you see, man, you talking about my mama, man. You see somebody trying to get the mother, like, oh, you want to fight now?
I got a partner named Steve. Say something about his grandmama, he gonna cry and beat you up at the same time. Like, and he's always been like that to this day. Say your mama all you want to, but the grandmama,
grandma's
about grandma.
But hey, when we was talking about bullying, I think that these kids nowadays aren't in the same frame of mind that we was. Like, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have some of these other things to influence us. The only thing we had to influence us was the people that we were around, the people we hung out with, our aunties, our uncles, our cousins, and things like that. So we came up with staying ready with jokes, and we learned how to fight. Because guess what? There was always gloves, and we was in the streets. fighting, just be even just playing around fighting. So, and we raised ourselves to be somewhat mentally tough to a certain extent. These kids nowadays, they have TikTok and all these other people.
They can exploit them on social media, and that's a fight.
Right.
They take an action shot of something and they put it on social media and look at so-and-so and so-and-so. And then that's a whole fight.
And then don't lose the fight, because guess what? Everybody was taping the fight and looked like you got your butt whooped. Now you got millions of people saying, ooh, and just a couple that was there. Back then, you could take an L, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that was just there knew that you took that L.
Right.
Now it's like a million people, but it just blows my mind how the kids nowadays, they don't seem like they're as prepared for the real world, not the virtual world. I'm talking about that real world that we live in, that they're just not prepared for it. Just like we learned how to deal with the police.
Mm-hmm.
And as my son is 8, I struggle how to tell him some of the same lessons that I learned from watching and being around, people that were having interactions with the police. Like, hey, the police is coming. Hey, put this away. Do this. You do this. You do this. You do this. You do this. Now my son was like, "Oh, the police, Daddy. What'd you do?" I'm like,
I didn't do nothing.
Son, look. Luckily, son, I'm not worried about this. I have great tags and insurance on my car. I'm at a point where I'm not tripping off of it. But back in the day, it wasn't like it is now. The climate was different. Black people, we still didn't have, we still felt like, oh, the police is coming. Like, hey, be cool, straight.
Well, we didn't have shooting.
Even when you was, but the kids just they're not mentally prepared to deal with real life. Unless they go virtual at some point and we just end up like the Matrix and Cocoon, they're not going to be prepared for when they have to deal with real life. If we don't bring them into real life sooner, like put down the phone, put down your tablet, come and deal with your cousins, your real cousins, not them folks that you on the internet with.
Right.
I want you to have a conversation with somebody that you can actually see. Mm-hmm. Like when my son gets older, I am going to do the same thing my relatives did to me.
Right.
I'm going to pull up with him on the passenger seat. I'm going to roll down the window like, hey, he said he want to talk to you right quick.
Right.
Oh, and then I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, you better figure it out. You better get a number or something. You got to be able to have those interactions. I used to hang
with my brother did that shit. Oh, my God. Hey, he think you cute. He want to holler at you. Bro, like, what is you doing?
Hey, that builds character though.
But I build you, it builds character.
Because guess what? Like now, somebody like even at my age now, I'm in my 40s. Even if I wasn't married, I don't have a problem trying to communicate with women. And I know that there's some guys out there, they done fell into that internet phase. They couldn't even go without their phone to go talk to a chick. Like me, I'm old school. Give me a pen and a pad. I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna grab my shit and I'm gonna do my best. All she can say is no.
Right.
At least I got, what I'm saying? And I accept the rejection, like I might walk out. But but in her face, I'm not gonna be like, all right, I buy my own drink, I'm straight. But at least I went over there to do it. These guys nowadays, I don't know. Did y'all see that social media post where there was a singles mixer and there was nothing but women there? Nothing but women. There was no men. It was a restaurant full of women. No men in there for a singles mixer. Look this up there, and I was just like, single guys, if that was me in my prime, me and my dude would have been 5 deep. We were bouncing, finagling, like, hey,
right.
Like we
still get the most
somebody's gonna, what I'm saying? But these guys nowadays, they're so scared of the rejection and all that other stuff because, like I said, we're so influenced by what somebody else thinks. We're worried about, oh, they got me on video. You know what? If you about it, just go be you. You know,
That's
even in my age,
that's a whole topic, Steve.
I agree. But as I've gotten older, I've had to go back to what I really am. You know, you go through life sometimes, and you I think you mold yourself as what you want people to see, and not just who you are at times.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got back to being me again, I felt a lot better. The relationship in my household was a lot better. But I did it for me. I didn't do it for everybody else. Right. But you got to get there first.
Right.
And I'm mentally strong enough from the way that we came up to get back there. Right. These kids nowadays, they so hyped up on the internet, synthetic drugs and everything else. They don't even know how to get back to point A. They can't get back to the foundation because the foundation was weak in the first place.
Right.
Because they really, the kids today, I really believe it's damn near the parents' fault, like our fault. You know what I'm saying? Because how we was raised, parents like forced to fight. Like you ain't about to go get bullied. You about to smack. Like the kids don't want to do that. Like, you know, unless you just got one of those badass kids like that, just with the smoke. And 9 times out of 10, he's the bully already. But
right.
But for the most part, like we brought up the whoopings. Do you believe in spanking your kids? Mm-hmm. Like we didn't all got worked by our parents. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And because we got worked like that, we say to ourselves, yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't said it. We didn't all say, when I had kids, I ain't gonna do my kids like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And really mean that. But look at what it did for you. Look at what it did for you. Right. You know, right. It taught you some respect about, like, you know how to hold the door open and say, excuse me, or whatever it may be. Right. These little fools, they ain't no excuse me or none of that. Like, public transportation, for example, you ain't gonna see no kid stand up for an old person. Not nowadays. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
they not even ride public transportation.
What was that?
They don't even
ride train. They not even ride the bus.
Yeah, because when I was 8 years old, I knew how to read a whole BART system. Like I just
if you ride
on the train.
If you ride the bus, you're too poor. If you ride the trolley, you're too poor. So
man, we used to ride the bus. I mean, you know what? We as parents, we don't let our kids go like that. I think about some of the stuff I did, some of the situations I was in. My mom would probably hair be on fire. She knew what we was into.
Right. And they be saying like it's a different time or whatever. So that's why we don't let our kids take the bus. And it ain't nothing different. The only difference is internet. Internet done spooked the hell out of everybody because it's all these Chesters and pedophiles and all that shit. Like
they was running around back then too. They was running around back then too, but we was out there, so we knew what them dudes look. We knew. I see you over there, bro.
But see, the media exploits it. The media exploits it. So that is a topic that we spoke about previously. And y'all, oh my goodness, this was good. Like bullying and the parenting. Feed all them kids after the communication. After communicate. Otherwise, go get your kid and run and go get that kid something to eat.
Man, you know your other kid might don't play.
Your other kid better not touch my kid food because when I pick my kid up, I'm gonna fuck your other kid up.
I love man, hey, no, this is what you do. Like, oh man, I got these Jordans, but man, you ate my son's food. I'm taking them back right now. I'm that guy.
No,
we're going petty. We're going petty.
I'm gonna give my kid your Jordans. You ate his food, he gets your.
No, he got a set of Jordans, and I got a set of Jordans for you. But you ate his food. No. Huh? I'll holler at you. Mm-hmm. Hey, exactly.
I'm gonna take the other siblings to Disneyland and leave that little bastard by himself with his mama in a miserable house
with no food.
And my kid and his other siblings.
It really ain't no food in the house, is it? You go there, look. It really ain't no food in the house, is it?
She got cold water.
She got water in the popcorn.
She got water in the refrigerator in the pitcher with a box of baking soda.
I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, that's real talk. That's baby kids for real, like legit.
Right.
You open up, it's a spider.
They
Like,
ain't got
I'm
nothing.
looking for a meal too.
So what
Ain't
happened
got
to that? We don't die,
nothing.
we multiply. You better share that little burger and cut it in 6 pieces and give it to each. Keep it going.
Hey, I put it to you like this, man. Me and my best friend, the way we grew up, man. It was times I go over her house, like, man, you got something? He's like, nah. He's like, you got something? I'm like, nah. I'm like, man, where Jeff at? My Mikey.
That's your mic.
Hey,
That's your
hey,
mic.
go over Mike's house and eat some nasty noodles with no flavor. But hey, we ate.
We ate. And Jeff mama knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, they knew. Come on in. No. Come on in.
We got some hamburger helper.
You see the weirdest shit in that house. Come on in.
That was mac and cheese. You better get that mac and cheese and feed the whole family.
No, the crabs.
Yeah.
Crab. We didn't have the Velveeta cheese. We got crab.
Box stuff and feed all them kids. If that's the
and
case,
then we got creative.
$1.49.
Get that crabs and then get a can of chili.
Huh.
Mix it all up in there. You got natural, automatic hamburger help.
Shit.
With beans.
Real talk.
You good.
Hot dogs and chili. Hot dog, chili, and buns. It'll feed a whole house. Make a pot of spaghetti. That'll last
my mama.
days.
I seen my mama getting in a fight over a pack of hot dogs, like with the neighbor, like real shit.
Dang. Y'all, look, we are over an hour. We're going to continue this. I love y'all. You spoke the truth. I appreciate it. And we're going to talk again next time. Holla.
Hey, tell your kids how to fight. Don't let them duck up underneath there and get hit with another one.
I'll fuck your kid up.
Make some spaghetti for them kids. Bring them a pizza.
You eat my kid food, I'm going to eat your food.